Now, without going into so much jargon, which I've been going into till now, let's try and visualize a liquid in a completely different manner, right? Let's take a liquid, instead of imagining it as we usually do, let's imagine it as a large number of little balls, right? Some of them, it's not so calm, it's like people are running around and little dolphins, jumping up and landing back inside, almost like dolphins. If it's a surface, it's like something jumping up and landing down, jumping up and landing down, and so on and so forth. Then, what we need to understand is that overall the temperature of this liquid could be less than its boiling point. But one of these dolphins might just end up getting enough energy, right? Because there are so many collisions happening inside, right? One's hitting the other, some of them suddenly end up getting a kinetic energy enough to be able to break away. And if this continues to happen for quite some time, what you would notice that the one that broke away has broken away, right? It's not part of the water. In other words, water is drying, right? It's becoming gaseous, water vapor. Water with enough kinetic energy becomes water vapor. Now, with this picture in mind, what all could aid this, right? I could have electromagnetic radiation. Whoa. In other words, light, right? From the sun usually. And that's one of the reasons why sun dries clothes faster. Now, how could sun help drying clothes faster, right? Sun's going to hit light rays, right? And one of those light rays is going to bounce onto this, or it's going to hit onto one of these water molecules, thereby giving it enough kinetic energy, which is called a photon, right? So a photon comes across, hits one of these molecules, gives it enough energy, escapes, right? Helps evaporation. Great. Now, obviously, the larger I make the surface, the more of them can escape, right? Because it's clearly a surface phenomenon. Nobody from down there, no matter how much kinetic energy they have, can escape. The only thing they can do is transfer it to somebody above and hope that it reaches somebody on the surface, and then they escape, right? Now, let's also ask, how could wind affect this? On a windy day, clothes dry faster, if you haven't observed it already. How could that be? Watch what happens as a molecule of wind comes across and a dolphin's jumping, right? And the dolphin here is the water molecule. Hits it, gives it enough kinetic energy for it to escape away again. Great. So what we observe here is the surface area matters. Temperature, right? Yeah, matters, because the larger, if you have some kind of radiation, the sun, it's going to start giving kinetic energy. How could the temperature matter? The larger the temperature of the air, more molecules of the air are very, very energetic, which means one of those collisions with water is going to help give enough kinetic energy for it to escape. Great. Now, what about this thing called humidity? Right? Because the last thing we saw that helps it, right? We saw the radiation helps it, the temperature helps it, the surface area helps it, wind helps it, right? Wind is, in other words, also kinetic energy of the air molecules. Great. So, what does humidity do? And what is humidity in the first place? The amount of water molecules already present in the air. Now, why is that important? Why is that even part of our equation? It is part of our equation, or is part of our system here, because just like some dolphins can leave, some of those dolphins that already escaped, which are in the air called humidity, might end up finding their way back into the water just randomly, right? Some people are leaving, some people are entering. So the larger this humidity, what does that mean? More of them can come back, which means effectively the evaporation is going to reduce, right? So in one sense, what does humidity do? It reduces the effective evaporation, because just like some of these guys can escape with larger kinetic energy, some of them can start losing some, land back where they started from. Or even if they came from somewhere else, they could just land back over here. Thereby, the gas becomes, or the vapor becomes water. So humidity negatively affects it. Interesting, right?